So could you please quickly introduce yourself, a bit about yourself, a bit of background, and essentially where was you before the program and before starting, well, with us?
Yeah, so Chris Lauday, obviously. So I've been doing Amazon for 3.5 years now. Originally, I'd just done one brand, um, and then I just randomly come across aftermarket. I was going to join another. I was going to do a course, and then my mate went, "Oh, look at this Discord," and that was aftermarket. Literally joined it the next day. I was like, "This is insane, mate. There's so much information here." Um, I'd done like RA pretty much for a year and a half, must have been about that. And then I was just stuck. If I'm being honest, I was stuck. I was like, I don't know how to grow my business anymore because I don't have enough time to do anymore. RA. And then I saw the course. I asked a couple of people about it, and then so obviously we had a call before, and I was like, "Is it just going to be the same thing?" And I was like, "You know what? If I don't have the knowledge to go further, so I'm just going to have to take a chance. If I don't take a chance on myself, no one will jam in." Signed up to the course, and then I was just like, honestly, the sessions blew my mind, honestly. But yeah, so now I just have so much time. It feels like I could just sit on my laptop for 5 hours, spend a couple of grand, cook some dinner, just do a bit more sourcing. Like that's honestly it. Like it's changed the whole dynamic, and now I'm like, I see, I could see the growth more. Whereas before it was like, if I don't go out, I don't earn. I mean, obviously you have to source still, but if I've only got an hour, I can just source for an hour. Whereas RA, you're not going out for an hour. You
Yeah,
just don't
mate.
go.
Yeah.
Um,
So in terms of, let's say, revenues and profits, where were you at um, before doing the program?
every Christmas it spikes up, but
Hmm.
in general, I was probably around about 1,500 to 2 grand profit a month.
Okay.
Um, but and then the sales were probably I think 12 grand was probably the highest at that point, other than one October at Christmas or just November. Um,
Hmm.
whereas so during the course, obviously I took 2 months just to do the course, so it dropped then. Um, so then October was like 12,000. I think last month was 20,000, and then this month I think I'm on about 15,000 in like 2 weeks. Um, like so that's a drastic change. Do you know what I mean? Like a month to 2 weeks. Again, it's a spike because of Christmas, but um,
Yeah, mate, that's great. Because I remember when
so,
we
I mean,
spoke during the program and you was like, shall I pause operations and actually immerse myself in education? And we was like, yeah, immerse yourself in education. And you did that.
yeah,
Because I remember you was a bit hesitant,
yeah.
rightfully so. But yeah, I'm glad you did.
It's when you rely on the money to live, then you're like, oh, I can't not afford to go out. But then I was just doing overtime. So it's like when I'm not doing RA, I'm doing overtime. And then when I'm at home, I'm just studying basically. So the money was just there regardless. And then it was like, okay, cool.
So what were because obviously we've touched on the revenue there, but what were the profits on, well, when you started back up basically? Because like you said, it was 1,500 and 12 grand in revenue before. And then that
Yeah.
moved to, what was it you said?
Last month was it's about 2,800. And then this month is 3.5 grand so far
In 15 days.
in 15 days.
Good stuff, mate. That's
Of course,
amazing.
it spikes, but I'm not selling
Yeah.
seasonal stuff. Obviously,
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
sells more, but
I
it's
know,
like,
like we focus on the replens, don't we?
yeah, I'm going to be able to sell them all year round. So,
Yeah, that's great, mate. That's really good. Now, what wasn't working for you before joining the program? Like, what was your biggest frustration with Amazon before joining? What were your struggles?
organization,
Yeah,
100%. I didn't know about Google Sheets. I mean, I knew of it. I didn't know what it was.
the systems. Yeah,
Basically, systems. Yeah. Get systems in place so it's not all in your head, and then you forget, and then 6 months later you go, oh yeah, that was a good seller. I forgot about that, etc. Which is what I was doing. I was just chasing my tail, RA.
yeah.
Where with this, I can just go through 100 listings, and I'm like, cool, bing, 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 done. I've run out of money.
It's just
Shut down.
so efficient. Once you've got that efficiency, it's so much easier to print the money, isn't it?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
once you have the
And it
system.
just as soon as it comes in, assuming I've got time, obviously. I just either label it or bag it, whatever I need to do, put it in a box ready, and then at night I'll just literally label it, chuck it in another box, morning it goes out. Whereas before it might have been a little bit different because RA would have took up all my time. They'd be like, right, I've got to go to work tomorrow. I'll prep it the day after it's getting sent. Was it's pretty much in and out within 24 hours now.
So what was your biggest frustrations about retail arbitrage then?
Just time. It takes up a lot of time, and there's never a guarantee of that you're going to get anything. I mean, and it's always that catch-22 because you know how much you can earn and you do it. So for you to just stop is like, ah. But when you're replacing it, and you're going, oh, actually, there's no point me doing RA because I have no money because I've spent it all. Then that guilt's gone straight away because like, oh, it doesn't matter.
Mhm.
And then it does become fun as well.
And you freed up a lot of time, haven't you? Which I know.
So much time.
Yeah. So what, so was you hesitant before joining the program? Because I know a lot of people are hesitant about joining said program,
Yeah.
or joining online programs in general, because I know a lot out there are very, very, let's just say poor. Okay. Now, so
Mm-hmm.
obviously, was you hesitant about joining? And yeah, was you hesitant?
Yeah. So obviously we spoke before, so I was like, oh, I have a good gauge that you're a nice guy, and like you know what you're talking about. um, and then it was, I think the turning point was that I could pay monthly. I don't think I'd have paid the full amount in one hit because if it
Yeah.
went wrong, that was pretty much half my cash gone,
Yeah.
or a quarter of my cash, whatever.
Mhm.
Whereas if it's only 100 quid, you're like, I can make £100 a month, even if it's
Exactly.
rubbish. I can make or 200
Exactly.
quid. And then obviously yeah, so I'm still paying it, but it's like now I'm like, so just clear it. And I'm like, well, actually, I don't need to just clear it. But yeah, I think that was the hesitancy because you're like, if it goes wrong, I'm still in the same scenario. I don't have the knowledge and I don't have the money either
And
now.
how long were you thinking about joining the program? Was there anything you weren't sure about or skeptical about, or was it mainly down to the fact, what if it's just a load of rubbish?
Yeah, I think it was more, is it going to be what we spoke about previously, like a year before? And then when I spoke to people, they obviously said how good it was. And then, like I said, I just went, you know what, I'm just going to go for it because if I don't, then it was more like my money's just going to dwindle. So I might as well just pull my money out, clear my mortgage, and just get rid of Amazon. It was literally at that point pretty much of I can't go out every day. I might as well just pay my mortgage off and be mortgage free at my age.
Okay, so it was either stop Amazon or do this program.
Pretty much. And
That's
then just do overtime to make up the difference. Because obviously like 1,500, but by the time you pay a unit and your accountant and everything else, and then tax, and then I was VAT. Then so I had a unit. Then I become VAT registered. So then obviously overnight you've just lost hundreds of pounds as well.
hmm
Um, so it was more just like a bit of an income by that point, and I was like, oh, I have to do it to live. So that's why I was like, I'll just do overtime. I'll sacrifice that little bit during the course. But yeah, it was pretty much that. It was, do I just clear my mortgage off? Because I don't want to get like a year down the line, I've got a grand left, and I've just wasted like 10 grand doing nothing with it.
hmm Yeah, mate.
Um, so yeah, that was literally yeah. It was. Let's just try because I don't know where to go otherwise.
Now that falls into the next question. What changed after joining the program?
Oh, everything's changed, man. Honestly, like it's just. Honestly, I don't even know how to describe it. Honestly, like it sounds like ridiculous when everyone's, oh, it changed my life. I'm like, it didn't. Obviously, it's changed my business, but the whole setup of my life's changed. Like, I don't go out at 8 a.m. and I'm back at 4. I don't do that anymore. It's just get up, do a bit of sourcing, take the dog for a walk, come back, do a bit more sourcing. That's it. Chill. Like that's it. I've watched telly more in the last week than I probably did in last year, just because I'm home.
Wow.
Like honestly, because I was never home. Um, so it's just changed that, and it's given me direction of um, if these 50 listings are rubbish, I can just find another 50. It
It's
doesn't
so
matter.
unsaturated, isn't it?
Yeah, it's more like that. Whereas RA was like, right, let me just travel 100 miles to try and hope this shop sell me enough to make a living. Whereas now it's just I just do a few clicks of a button, and like nothing's because the way I mean it's the way you talk. Obviously, the way I'm doing it, I'm looking at the rubbish listings and then working backwards. I'm not buying the stuff that's going to brick in a week.
Hmm.
I've noticed the pattern of it comes into stock. 2 weeks later, there's no stock anywhere, and then maybe 3 weeks later, it comes back into stock again. So I'm like, cool. That window of that last 2 weeks is my opportunity to raise the price, and I just wait, let all the brickers sell out, and then I'm selling for like double the amount,
You're
and
doing
then
it to
and
a
then it
high level. Yeah.
yeah, and then it restocks again, and it drops again. I'm like, fine, I'll just restock my own inventory. Everyone will sell out quick, and then I'll just wait and take the money off the top. And because like where I study them all, it's always the similar people on the listings. And I'm like, right, these 10 people never brick it. So if I always match them, that's the price. Where the other ones are just flit in and out and they drop it, and I'm like, cool, that's fine. I'm happy to wait because these people are waiting. But also like if one of them does drop their price, it alerts my attention of why are they dropping it because they never drop it. And then it's like, okay, they've got like 50 units. Oh, I've only got 10. I'll just sell mine off cheap as well.
Yeah. It's just doing everything to a high level, isn't it? Your analysis, your purchasing
Yeah, yeah.
decisions. And that's where the money is. Like that's where the unsaturation is because no one's running an Amazon business like that. Um, Now, out of curiosity as well, what was the first like this actually works moment for you after doing the program? Like, when was the first time you was like, oh crap, this actually works? Like, this
Um,
information is like you could use it to free up so much time and literally get to a point where you're finding listings consistently.
it's probably when I think it was like August, 2 weeks in, I'd spent all the money. That's it. And I was like, I could like it, honestly, this week I've had to physically shut my laptop because I keep buying with money I don't actually have. Because I'm like, right, this money is to clear my credit card. And I'm like, oh, if I just take a bit off it and pay my credit card a little bit later, and I'm like, right, I just need to stop because every time I go on there, I'll find something now. Um, so I think it was just that initial bit. I was like, I've just potentially, I think it was more, I've found enough money to pay the course off in like 2 days or a week, whatever it was. I think that was the moment. And then when I was studying the stock, it wasn't just dropping in price, and I was like, oh, it was good. Now it's rubbish. It was oh, it's just stayed at that price. Some of it obviously gets bricked; it's out of your control. But and it highlighted or it grew my confidence, I guess, of oh, I do know what I'm talking about. Um, and then other people since have like asked me different stuff, and I'm not teaching them what you've taught us, obviously, but I can like keep from like just look at the graphs. I was like, don't look at 3 months, look at a year. Look at the patterns, blah blah blah. Go into depth on this, that, and the other, and that will help you. Because then you should never realistically have a bricked product.
Yeah, it's just a case of understanding the data, which no one
Yeah,
does. Now, yeah, it's quite funny, isn't it? What do you think made this program different to the other programs out there, if you've done any? And
I haven't.
also, oh, you haven't? Well, you're pretty lucky then. What specific part of the program helped you most? Do you think, would you say it was a specific piece of information, or would you say it was a mindset shift or confidence?
Yeah, the mindset, 100% the mindset. Um, it was that. That's it. That is it. And I'll put that in a post to someone else. If you can change your mindset, the whole thing will work. Um, I think, like I said before, it was sort of you go into it as an RA again, or actually Amazon. Without us, they are nothing. But then when you come to the other end of it, again, actually, we could be replaced in a heartbeat. We need to offer value. Like we're, if you like, lucky enough to use that platform. So we gotta show up like we're grateful, but
Mhm.
understanding you also need us. So let's all work together because I'm valuable and you're valuable. I think it was more that, and if if you do this, it will work. When you do it, oh, it did work. I think it was more like that, and then it's just like, oh, we'll just keep doing what you're doing then, and that's it. I think it's 100% the mindset, and then obviously you then show us how to do it. It's all right having the mindset of I can do this, but which we all have. But when you can't then do it, it soon fades. You're like, oh, I can do it if I had the information. I don't have the information, so I can't do it. But when you're like, well, here's the mindset, and now here's the knowledge, then you're like, oh. well, it's only my laziness now that's going to mess this up. Um, so yeah, man, that's it. Like literally the mindset for me. That was the mindset.
Perfect. Sounds great. Now, how do you feel about your business when you compare it to now and before the program? How do you feel about your business?
I feel it's got longevity now. It's not a it's not a self-employed job. Ultimately, that's what it's a business now. Ultimately, I mean, I didn't know that until now.
Yeah,
Um, it was just I have a business, but I'm actually just self-employed for my own business. Whereas now I have a business that is very profitable. Well, it will if it carries on, it's very profitable. Um, yeah, and
that,
then yeah, that's it
that
really.
literally feeds into my next question. How has the program changed the way you look at Amazon as a long-term business? Because I know a lot of people, well, there's like a lot of people approach Amazon as like a side hustle.
Mhm.
Now, how has this program changed the way you look at Amazon as a long-term business?
Um, so it, you get that you see what it is. So obviously at first you do the quick flips, and most people join it because they haven't got money, and that's fine because then you're like, oh, I'm getting my bills paid, so I'll just carry on doing what I'm doing. Um, but obviously at that point you can't see yourself earning thousands because you're just about getting 100 quid or whatever. It's only when you sort of delve into it and you're like you understand the how big it is, I guess, how big the company is. You're like, well, actually, the opportunity is there as well. I can't even remember the question now. What did you say?
I'll say, how has the program changed the way that you look at Amazon as a long-term
Oh
business?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it's just I see it now as a partner for my company to grow, basically.
Exactly. Exactly. Because, like we've covered in a lot of depth, you can offer so much value to companies once they understand you could be their Amazon revenue driver. Let's just say
Mm-hmm.
that. Now, who would you recommend this program to?
I recommend it to everyone that I've spoken to.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Now that feeds into the next question. What would you say to someone? Because there's a lot of people who sit on the fence, right?
Yeah,
Or maybe sitting on the fence watching this video or watching this interview, thinking about, oh, shall I do it? Shall I not? What would you say to those people sitting on the fence?
I would say if your business, if it is a business that you want to grow, it's worth doing. If you just want to do flips, it's probably not for you. That's fine. Um, but yeah, if you it, or for me as a dad, I needed as I've spoken to lots of dads, they need that extra income for their children, and then it's right. I now have the money. I don't have the time. And this basically gives you both because you're like, well, as long as you have the patience to say, right, stick at your job for another year, but do this on the side. In a year, you can leave. That's it. That's as simple as it is. Like it's not a leave today, take all the money out because your business is going to go. But if you can just sort of go right, if you can sort of look at your own life and go, this isn't what I want to do. I want to get to this stage. How can I get to that? Well, Amazon is that. In my eyes, the course is that. Like it will give you all the information, whether that's wholesale, OA. This is what I say to everyone: your OA will improve, your RA will improve. Your general knowledge will improve of how to read charts, how businesses work, how businesses actually run, how you can grow and employ people if you wanted to. Everything's covered really. It's like some things you just don't consider. Um, and for me, so obviously, as we said, I had a unit. I've got rid of my unit at the beginning. I was very much like reflecting now upon it is very much like if I have an accountant and a unit, I've made it. Like this is a company. But actually, in the reality, that wasn't what made it. What made it was actually the stability. The other stuff is just fluff. Like it's just outgoings ultimately. If you can't use the unit effectively, it's a waste. So it's
Hmm.
like for me, it's like actually I'd rather save the 500 quid and put it into stock, even if that means I have to struggle for another 6 months with space. That's fine because that money is generated. I'm earning more money. But yeah, that's what I say to people. If you want to grow it, the course is for you. If you want freedom for your kids, the course is for you to leave your job. if you just want to stop buying rubbish stock, the course is for you. Ultimately, like because
Okay.
everyone says the same, don't they? I bought this, it's bricked. Everything I buy bricks. It's like every single person has been there. Um, so it's just having that confidence to say, oh, I know if I go on Keeper, I can find better listings, or if I say this to a wholesaler, I can open a wholesale account, for example. Do you know what I mean? It's just having that. It's having options. It gives you options ultimately. That's a long-winded word of saying it. Way of saying it. It gives you
Yeah.
options, so you can choose.
Yeah, like you can use the information and run with it in any way you want. But like I have a lot
Yeah,
of people who, like for example, I think you've supplied a shop now, haven't you?
I did. Yeah, yeah.
There you go. There's yeah, the information you could take and use it in different avenues. Well, if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what would you tell yourself before joining if you could go back?
Just do it. I mean, it's cliche, right? Do it.
Yeah.
That's everyone says. Everyone says the same. I'm sure. Um,
Now,
yeah.
yeah. Do you think the program was good value for money? And has it been worth the investment that you made?
100%. I paid it 10 times over already. Off.
And yeah, yeah, I know. What specifically made it worth it? Or was it just the program as a whole?
I mean, the money doesn't necessarily. Ultimately, that's the end goal, but it's the it's the it's the confidence that if I left, if I left all the discords now, I'd be fine. That's it. If I never spoke to anyone about Amazon again, I'd be fine. I didn't have that before, and yeah, I think that's what's changed really. It just gives you the confidence to say, well, I can do this on my own. If you're not relying on other people to give you leads, they're just a bonus.
And that feeds into the next question. Was the support there when you needed it?
Oh yeah, 100%, 100% from Aaron as well.
Yeah, perfect. Lovely stuff, mate. Now, how useful was the information shared in the program?
That was amazing. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it, right? Honestly, like there's the only thing it was all good. The only thing I'd say, like when you're new to it, the initial bit's boring. Setting the foundation is boring. When
And
you
I
get to
make that clear though. I make
yeah,
that
yeah.
clear.
When you get to the end, you're like, oh, that was boring. But when you're in it, you're like, right. As long as you have the mindset of I'm setting the foundation for my business right now. Like this isn't earning me money. And like I said to some people, if you if you can if you can go into it saying I'm not going to necessarily be a millionaire by the end of this course, but I'm going to know how to be, or not a millionaire, but do you know what I mean? How to be successful by the end of it. As long as you have that mindset of for 2 months, I'm just going to learn. Like at the end of it, you're fine. As long as you haven't, did you know what I mean? As long as the expectation is, well, I haven't earned loads of money during this course. It's like no, because you're learning how to earn money. Then you've got to
Mhm.
go and do that hard work to do it. I'd say that is that. Yeah,
Perfect. Sounds good. Now, currently we're 15 days into December. You've done what, 3 grand in profit?
three
Um,
thousand and a half, I think. 3,006, something like
there you go, mate.
that.
Now, 2026, what are the targets, mate? Let's say per month in revenue, profit goals per month. What are we aiming for?
Honestly, I don't have a goal. It's literally just continue what I'm doing. That's honestly what it is. I've got a 2 year goal. So in 2 years, I live in a flat, but I'm waiting until my son goes to secondary school. So I've got 2 years basically to be able to buy a house outright. Or not cash, but get a full
Yes.
mortgage basically. Because it's just me, so I can't get a full mortgage. But that's the plan, and it'll literally be at the point of where I want to be is I can get a house and keep my flat to rent out. That's the place I want to be. I don't have to rely on my sale to get the house. That's the position I want to be in. Um, so pretty much just do what I'm doing. And I worked out, I've said this a million times. If I have 5 grand and I grow by 10% for 12 months, it's 16 grand at the end of that 12 months. Obviously, if I have 10 grand, it's more, etc. No, I expect to grow by more than 10% a month. But
Yeah.
if that's the minimum, I know what I'm tripling my money basically. So it's like, cool. If that's the target, triple my money in a year, everything else is a bonus, which I believe will happen. So yeah, there isn't specific goals. It's just have I done enough today? Pretty much that's the goal.
And the rest will take care of itself.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. Was there anything else you want to add? I was just wondering, like, I don't.
Um, Mate, honestly, I think, like I said, I was literally on the fence of do I stop or not? And now I'm like, there's no way I'm stopping. Like that's the change from this of okay, this is my route out. Because if you don't have a side hustle, you're employed full time. That's the alternative. I can't be full time employed because of my child. So like for me, it's like well, I have to do something else. So don't waste that. I've already got this knowledge, so I might as well just take the gamble. And I've took the gamble. It's like fuck, this was so worth it. Do you know what I mean? Like there's nothing I wouldn't have done the one early before. Like that's the only change I could have done, but I wouldn't have done it because I just assumed it was what we had already done. It was only when I spoke to people they're like, "Yeah, it's so in depth." And then obviously done it myself, and it's like this is like what we spoke about is a fraction of the course, basically. But yeah, like it was just worth every single. Honestly, like I wouldn't have paid 4 grand at the beginning, but now it's worth 4 grand. Looking back, it's worth probably more than like I said. I've earned 3,600 in 1 month. Like even if you went, that's the cost of the course. Okay, like fine.
Not if, what, in half a month?
Exactly, yeah, exactly. So I'm just like, cool. It's every penny is worth that. And honestly, I literally recommend it to everyone. Everyone I see, I'm like, I've done like half-hour voice notes to people saying that you'll learn all this, and this, and this, and this, and answering their questions and etc. Like, I'm just like, just do it. If you want to grow, do it. If you want time with your kids, do it. Like that's sort of it, really. But again, obviously, the flip side, if you just want to do flips, don't worry then. Doesn't matter. Keep your money. Just join the eBay flipping section, basically.
Yeah, yeah, true. But yeah, mate, that's so great to hear. Honestly, like that's so cool. That's so
Mate, honestly, like it's one of them, isn't it? Like I keep going on about it to people, but I'm like, I'm sure they're bored of listening to my success or my blah blah blah. But I'm like, I can't tell you how much it's changed. Like I said, to the point of, do I just pull my money out and clear my mortgage and get a full-time job, which I can't really do, or now I'm at the point of I'm more likely going to quit my job than quit Amazon. I'm not going to quit Amazon, but do you know what I mean? I'm more that side rather than the other side now.
You know
It's
what's great,
wild.
mate? You know what's so crazy? Like when just the time, like you now got more time. You can spend it with your kids. You can, like you said, you've watched telly more time in the last week than you have in the last year. That's just
It's mad. It honestly is like, and the thing is, the pressure's off. Like where I do nights, it was like, I'll have like 2 hours sleep and go out doing RA all day, and then it's like, right, I've got to get home to have a nap because I've got to go to work again. Whereas now it's like, just sleep. In honestly, if I sit between 12 and 5, I will just smash out the sourcing. And I honestly like pings come through obviously off the Discord as well, so that obviously gives me different ideas. I'm just on Keepo. Often I just go through my Google Sheets. That's it. That's enough. I've Google Sheets, things to buy, things I have bought to buy again. And then I have another one of just websites. So I'm like, all these different products are available at these websites. These products are available at these websites. And I just literally go through to see if they've restocked. And it's like, cool, bing, bing, bing. Like, it's like, done. There's a 1 grand. Cool. Carry on with my day. But honestly, it's mental, mate. When I compare it like to what I was doing, where it was like just driving around for 8 hours, hoping I find something before someone else, to now be like, in 2 hours, I've spent that same amount of money that would have took me 3 days to spend or something. And it's all going to come to my house. I haven't got to lift it up any stairs. It's just in my house. I just prep it. It's done. The next morning, it's done. It's mental, mate. Honestly, how just how different it is. Like, and again, you don't know it. Like now, I look back and go, why didn't I do this sooner? If only I knew sooner. But you don't, so it's fine. You just move on. But do you know what I mean? It's like you try and say to other people like this whoever they go through, if you have this information, it will change your whole business. This guy can give you it for a fee. Just join it and it'll tell you the whole lot in one hit. um, but yeah, it's mad. It is mental, and like even to the point now, even like I have more time for flips. Like my son comes out with me, and we do. Even yesterday, he was like, "I want a PS5," and then I was like, "Well, you know what you got to do then." And he's like, "Okay, let's go out." He's like, "You've got £100 of my money. Let's go out and find stuff." I'm like, "Cool, let's do it." He's like, "Where can I get loads of Pokemon and stuff like that?" And I'm like, "Cool, you're in the mindset now. Like, let's do it." And then I'm like, "If you can turn 100 into 500 in a year, you can get a PS5, mate." I was like, "We can easily times that by 5 in a year, easy." I'm like, "Then you can buy it. I don't know how much they are, 500, I guess. I'm like, then you can buy yourself a PS5, or you can invest that money for something else." And he's like, "Cool, all right, let's do it." Do you know what I mean? Even
That's
things like that. I'm like, I can't do that. No, if I was doing RA when he's at school, that's not an option. Um, but yeah, it's mental, mate. Honestly,
that's so
honestly
cool.
I could just talk and waffle about it for hours, as I often do. Um, but yeah, mate. Honestly, it was. I don't regret any part of it. Honestly, don't. Even like I said, even if now you went actually, there's another parachute payment. You got to pay 3 grand. I'm like, okay, whatever. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, fine. You explain to me why first, but I don't mind paying. But yeah, hopefully, mate. Hopefully, people won't. Honestly, I wonder if there's people I've spoken to that have joined it actually, because there's lots of people.
Well,
But
like,
I was on the fence, like I said, because RA is so mentally draining as well, driving around all day, and then potentially just to go home empty-handed. You're like, oh, can I do this again tomorrow? Um, and then it pisses down, and you're like, fuck that. And then you haven't earned, then you feel shit because you haven't earned. Whereas this way, it's like, honestly, you said then I've learned it. Honestly, I've probably learned 10%. I've probably implemented 10% rather. Um, I haven't even touched half it. Like honestly, mate, I'm buying stuff for like 25 to 30 quid, selling them for 60 to 80 quid. Honestly, I'm making like
they're
between six.
replenishable.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, all the replenishable. Yeah, man. I'm fucking excited about it, but it's mad.
It's that saying where it's like what you don't know is costing you thousands and thousands a month.
100%. Literally, and like, even my job, I'm like, is sleeping in the day costing me now? Do I need to leave my job? But I'm like, I just need to be patient. Need to just bear with it because I'm earning enough that I don't have to quit my job, um, to make it worthwhile. But yeah, I'm at that point now. I'm like you just said, are you the loss of it through other commitments now, sort of thing, or lack of doing it?
Yeah, mate, I know you've got to go. So yeah, to round it off, what would you say?
Amazing. The course is amazing. Do it,
Perfect.
whatever it costs. Do it. You'll earn the money back in before you've even paid it off. You'll earn it back.
Mate, this is
100%.
one of them. When you break down the pay monthlies, they're so stupidly like low cost, and people are making 10x what the pay monthly cost is, which is crazy.
Literally, literally that. I think I've earned 10 grand this quarter, and it's cost me what 350 quid for the course in that time. Mental. Right. Thank you, mate.
Mate,
Anyway, I honestly do really appreciate that you've done the course.
no worries at all, mate.